it's time for the presentation of Erika. Erika is going to talk about certification of the dyeing color, the dyeing from the vegetal products. Erika, please.
Thank you, Jose. Good morning to everybody. With my speech, I will try to transmit my experience in organic products manufacturing in Segna. Before starting in the matter, I am going to detail the index of the points I am going to comment. Initially, I am going to make a brief introduction about the importance of transmitting confidence and quality assurance in the manufacture of organic products. Later, in point 2, I will talk about one of our standard production processes and our controls throughout the entire production chain. Point 3 collects the information related to the controls and demands of the auditors, and I will show you examples of organic product certificates. And finally, in point 4, I include a summary of the range of organic products that we produce at Segna Group. As indicated above, the manufacture of organic products is based on compliance with the requirements of the legislation mentioned by my colleague Ivan. The best way to convey confidence in the manufacture of organic products is to be certified. The organic certification guarantees that the products have been produced following the organic farming standards, and they have been controlled throughout their production, preparation, packaging, and marketing process. With the certification and labeling, we give to the consumer the guarantee that the product is organic. Next, I'm going to share a standard process that reflects the stages along with some key points to produce quality organic products. The first step is to work with approved and certified suppliers in the manufacture of organic products. To do this, we annually monitor suppliers in order to have all the certifications enforced together with the product analysis. On the other hand, from the field, they should ensure good agricultural practices. An exhaustive control of traceability allows us to have control of all the stages of the process and the guarantee that from the moment the raw material enters in our facilities until our finished product is shipped, the product maintains all its properties and its compliance with the organic product requirements. In the attached flow chart, you can see all the stages starting with our fields. For us, it is essential to guarantee the quality of our organic products from the first moment. After receiving them at our facilities, we carry out a pre-wash and product selection stage. Later, there is a phase of grinding and pressing the product, in which we obtain the juice. After a filtration phase, the product may or may not be concentrated. In any case, to maintain the organoleptic characteristics, we store the product in refrigeration until we have an order. At this time, we perform a blending, if applicable, to adjust the product to the customer specification, and after a final filtration, the product is pasteurized and packaged. Depending on customer demand, we can carry out aseptic or not aseptic packaging. It is relevant to indicate that we are certified in DFSI standards. For us, food safety is a priority, so our quality and food safety system is based on the 8ACCP principles establishing the Codex Alimentarius with the purpose of providing safe and suitable food for consumption, ensuring traceability in all stages. For us, our controls are the guarantee of a quality product, so below I am going to comment the controls carried out at Segna. In relation to raw materials, we place a special emphasis on pesticides analysis, so that before purchasing the product, we request an analysis of a pre-sample. After having the results and seeing its compliance, the official order is made, and once it is received, an internal verification analysis is carried out. After confirmation of the satisfactory results, the product is registered in the computer system. Likewise, another analysis is carried out at an accredited external laboratory. At Segna, we have the necessary equipment and qualified personnel to perform pesticides analysis in accordance with the legislation mentioned above. We have certified standards of more than 300 compounds, and we also carry out an annual interlaboratory exercises to guarantee the sturdiness and confidence of our results. To guarantee legal compliance in relation to this matter, we have subcontracted a legal advisory service that includes access to a legal platform, legal consulting vouchers, and quarterly technical reports. The objective of the intercomparison program we carry out is to guarantee the technical competence of our laboratory for the measure of pesticide residues. The organizing laboratory belongs to Tech School, which has an experience of more than 18 years in this type of exercises in which up to 43 countries participate. The organizer guarantees the perfect homogenization of the sample and its results. For this, they send 10 random samples of all those prepared to be analyzed by his collaborator in laboratory, which is accredited by ISO 17025 standard. For the analysis and quantification of pesticides, we use liquid and gas chromatography coupled to a triple-quadruple mass spectrometry. We also perform heavy metal analysis using optical emission spectrometry. In the picture, you can see the equipment we have at SEGNA. Now, I am going to talk about production planning. Good manufacturing practices are essential to guarantee traceability. Before receiving an organic product, it's necessary a coordination between departments to have the necessary facilities to cover the entire volume of organic product, to identify all facilities on site, to inform the production team of the production planning of organic products, to plan the cleaning of the entire process circuit from the initial raw material deposit to the packaging line, and have all the information in computer support to demonstrate transparency in production process. Regarding to the cleaning process, the cleaning and disinfection process is a priority. Before processing an organic product, all the equipment and facilities used in its production are cleaned and disinfected to avoid cross-contamination between non-organic products and organic products. In addition, before starting to be used, our laboratory technicians verify the effectiveness of the sanitization. This allows us to guarantee the absence of cross-contamination. For this, we use bioluminescence to measure ATP, which is a quick indicator of level of cleanliness in food production. The audits consist of verifying the following: the traceability of organic product certificates throughout the entire production chain, pesticides analysis result reports, the traceability of the production process, review of all inputs and outputs of organic product, cleaning processes and their verification, the mass balance of the product, a visit of the production area to see product storage on site, and in addition to the audits themselves, before each activity related to organic product, we notify the auditor so that whenever he comes to review our control system. As examples of our certificates, I include one from our plant in Turkey, ERCON, and another from our plant in Spain, SEGNA. ERCON has a certification scope for different countries, as you can see. And SEGNA has European Union scope and equivalence with the regulation of other countries. This is the range of colors we can offer. We could indicate that we have 4 categories of organic products: grape juice or mass concentrate, black carrot juice, red beet juice, and other juices from apples, pomegranate, strawberry, etc. As an annex, I have added some tables by type of organic product, which, although I'm not going to explain in detail, I include them so you have more information about our organic products. In them, I indicate the name of the product, the country of origin, a brief description of the product and its application. You can see the products coming from red and white grape, rectified grape must, and black carrot, NFC products, red beet, and other products such as cherry juice or apple juice. And with this slide, I end my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Erika. Next, we have 10 minutes to answer the questions that you have sent us until now. We remind if you have more questions, you can continue sending them using the chat. Unfortunately, we have no more time. It means that we are trying to give the answer to as more as we can. Anyway, due to the time constriction, it's not possible to answer your questions. We will send the response by email in the next few days. Well, the first question is, I think, is addressed to Ivan Ludeña. Well, I'm going to read it. The attendee say, thank you very much, Ivan, for your interesting presentation. From what I understand, there are many different levels and certifiers, local, global, private, governments, etc. Which are the most important and how are they coordinated?
Okay, it's a good question. Yes, there are a lot of certificates and a lot of bodies of certificates, but the most important I have to say is that, for example, in the European Union, all of them, they have to comply with the European regulation. In USA, all of them have to comply with the regulation, and there is the same in other countries. So you can certificate with one on another body of certificate, global, local, or national. But they have to comply with the regulation of the country that produced the product and the country that they want to export this product.
Okay, thank you for your keen answer. Well, the second question is for Emanuele. I have to produce the organic version of my product in which I currently use caramel color. May I expect to obtain the same result by substituting the caramel with the same quantity of the organic burnt sugar?
Well, in this case, it depends on the type of caramel you are currently using, but the answer is probably no. In fact, all classes of caramel colors, E150A, B, and above all C and D, usually have an higher color intensity compared with brown sugar BSB. And this is because caramel are produced with the aid of catalysts which promote caramelization and consequently the color intensity too. So to have the same color in the final product, we will have to add an higher quantity of brown sugar BSB. You can calculate this amount by comparing the color intensity of the two products. I mean BS and caramel you are using. Moreover, you also have to take into account that different classes of caramels have slight different shades. For instance, caramel 150D have typical dark brown tones, while brown sugar are characterized by yellowish red hues. So this will slightly affect also the tone in the final product. And finally, you also have to consider if the brown sugar is suitable in this kind of product. So you can refer to my previous presentation and the application in which brown sugar can be used.
Okay, Emanuele, thank you for your answer. Well, we have received a lot of questions. Well, the third question is addressed to Erika. How many visits or audits can you have from the auditor in every year?
Normally, there are usually at least 2 visits per year, but we have had 3 visits from the auditor. And on occasions, the auditor asks us for evidence of organic product activity by email.
Okay. They are sending more questions. Well, the other question is, in this case, is for Emanuele Pedrazzini. If I use burnt sugar to confer color to my product, but it also gives taste, can I avoid declaring it as a food color? I'm not sure if I explained it well. Do you understand, Emanuele?
Yes, I think so. I think to have understood the question. Well, this is a borderline condition, but that honestly happens very often. I have to say that technically, if the main purpose of the use of burnt sugar in the final product is to confer color, it should be declared as a food color. But on the other side, if indeed burnt sugar confer a discernible taste to the final product, you can also consider this as the primary scope of its usage. It's something like it seems like a trick, but it's up to the manufacturer of the foodstuff to decide this. In this case, so I think you can consider burnt sugar as an ingredient and declare it on the label accordingly.
Okay. The next one is, in this case again for Erika, I think is the best, is what surfaces is the ATP test performed? And something in addition to the ATP, is there any more control of the level of hygiene of the surface and equipment? Two questions: is what surfaces is the ATP, and other controls of hygiene of the surface and equipment?
Okay, we use this quick method to verify the correct cleaning and disinfection of equipment and facilities in the washing water of closed circuits and other surfaces, such as tank covers, hoses, or pipes. But in addition, we combine ATP measurement with the use of contact slide for work surfaces and equipment and for workers' hands and clothing.
Okay, we have some additional questions. This is for Ivan. What is the current situation regarding the ban on the use of the pesticides in Europe, and what is expected to happen in the immediate future?
Okay, I think that the immediate the actual situation is that it will be changed very often with the pesticides. But I think that according the Green Deal, the pesticides it will be reduced a lot in the future.
Well, perhaps one or two more, because there are no more time. Another question in this case is for Emanuele Pedrazzini, concerning the use of aromatic caramel, SGB, to improve taste in alcoholic beverage. To what alcohol percentage is result stable? Is there any other limitation of its use in this application?
Well, okay. Usually aromatic caramels have a very high alcohol stability. We usually suggest to use them in alcoholic beverages up to 55-60% alcohol. However, it is important to consider that depending on the recipe of the beverage, of the drink, some ingredients present in the final product, like for example herbal extracts or some flavor, may slightly interact with the aromatic caramel, modifying its stability. So we usually suggest to test the aromatic caramel in the final product in small scale in order to verify its suitability.
Okay, thank you, Emanuele, again. Well, I am very sorry, but unfortunately there is no time for more questions, for additional questions. But anyway, if you have any question, you can send them to us by email, and we answer them in the next few days. I remind all of you that You will receive the webinar documentation by email within 10 days. And please check your spam folder if not. I hope you liked the presentations and see you again in the future webinars. That's all for today. Thank you very much for your time, and goodbye.